Hi, welcome to another show of Flip Your Switch. On today's show, we're going to have a lovely lady who was a model in the Ukraine and traveled to Canada when she was 23 years old and opened up her own business in the business that she loves. And you could see and feel the energy in that business. It's the hairdressing business. She has her own hairdressing place in the beaches, and we'll talk about that place, her trials and tribulations, how she came to Canada, and what she did to be successful in that business. She does have a message for young ladies and guys out there about following your dreams and never giving up. Hi, Anastasia. Welcome to Flip Your Switch. I met you at a birthday party.
Yes.
And I met you, then of course I gave you my book. You signed my book, or I gave you a signed book. And
Yes.
you also mentioned you had a book. So of course I Googled you and I seen a caption. It said Russian model, but you're not Russian. You're Ukrainian.
I'm Ukrainian.
Just like my grandmother.
Oh, wow.
So tell us about your early childhood, because you posted something on Facebook and you said your greatest wish was to have a little sister, and I seen a picture of your little sister. So talk about your beginning, because we're going to talk about the good and the bad.
Yes.
And then the transformation that takes place and the things that you do now to help all the people that you're helping. So we'd like to start at the beginning, when you were that precious little girl with your little sister.
Thank you, Richard. And yes, first of all, thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here. And now back to your question. I was born in actually Soviet Union. At that time, it was such a country. Now it's not existing anymore. And after that, after Soviet Union broke, I'm Ukrainian, and that's why I'm saying I was born in Ukraine. Yes, I was born in a family of teachers. My parents, my mom and my dad are teachers both. And also a very creative family, because my father also is a musician. My mom is also writing magazines, articles and stuff. And yes, I do have my little sister. She is 7 years younger than me. And all my family still living in Ukraine. I was only the one who actually left my country and make this big move and came and immigrate to Canada.
So in the article I read, and you were a model yourself at one time.
Yeah.
Very lovely woman that you are.
Thank you.
Tall and everything. And of course, I
you.
like tall women, being tall myself. But you were a model. You lived a certain life, and as models are, and you get involved in certain stuff, models here are the same way. I was in the makeup business. I took a course in makeup and I hung with models, obviously. So I understand it. And you got yourself in trouble because you had a bad boyfriend. And that happens to a lot of girls. A lot of smart girls find themselves in love with bad boyfriends, and bad things happen to them. Can you talk about that at all?
Of course, I'm pretty open, because it's nothing to hide, and everything what is bad and good happen in my life, that's actually what makes me today. So just little remark, it's not a boyfriend, actually it was my husband. I got married when I was, I don't remember now, 19, 20, because Ukraine is a very traditional country, and back then you cannot just dating or seeing a guy without, like, getting married, or you need like parents' approval, blessing, whatever. So we were young, we were in love, and that's what happened. And yes, later I figured out that he was a drug user. What didn't fit my morals and my things what I believe in life. So basically it was the end for me. So I offer him a help if he wants to maybe go to the clinic, or maybe he needs some help. He said he's fine. Okay, it's you adult, it's your choice. It just means this is the end of our relationships for me. So yeah, but it's nothing bad. It
The thing is a lot of women have that attitude that they could fix somebody. Was that your attitude with him?
No.
Like he was a broken puppy and you could fix him?
No. I don't believe you can fix anybody, because every single person, it is an individual, it is adult. If, let's say, little God, so how me as a God, I can fix you as a God? You're already perfect. I don't need to fix you. And whatever you're doing, it's your choice.
Okay, then that's so you would consider that your lowest moment?
No, I had a lot of lowest moments.
That's where I'm headed. So you left this guy. He was a bad guy. You left this guy. He was a user. You left him. And is that when you got into modeling?
Well, I was modeling, but it was not my main business because before I became a hairdresser, I finished school here in Canada, and actually I'm world-trained hairdresser because I was traveling to New York, to Italy, Europe, like, you know, I'm trained all over the world. Before that, actually, I finished university back in Ukraine, where I have a diploma. I graduated as a teacher and psychologist. So pretty much I have a very strong knowledge and believe that's why you cannot fix person, that you can offer him help or guidance, but you cannot fix anyone. So I don't believe it.
So that's the message you'd send the girls that are in that same predicament. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. It's the same,
doesn't matter. But the main thing, you need to be a very strong woman, and you need to set up your boundaries. And you need to say that, hey, this is acceptable and this is not acceptable.
Where would you get your strength from?
Oh, probably Ukrainian genetics.
Yeah, going back to the Vikings, I guess. Yeah, for sure. So the thing is a message to young girls that are listening to you, and what it is you've overcome adversity, you've got strength, you're an entrepreneur, you're college educated. All these are good things to transform your life into what you want to be. And okay, I will be happy to answer that question because I wanted to do hair before even entering university. But my parents were saying, since I was a smart kid and I was accepted to university, they said, you need to have a real education, whatever that means, and you need to have a real job, whatever it means. They probably considering hairdressing not as a serious job, and that's what I did. I finished university, I work in a corporate world for a couple of years. I figured out it's not my thing, and that's what I did. I brought my diploma on the table, put it right in front of all my parents and said, here you go. You want it? Here you have it. I'm off to Canada to do And so Canada, you came at, what, 23 years old?
I was 25.
Yeah, 25 years old, you came to Canada, new country.
Yes, $700 in my pocket and 2 suits.
A lot of Ukrainians
all
here.
My dresses. That's it.
Did you feel like you fitted in here? Because you had a goal when you came here.
I didn't feel anything. I was young, adventurous, and I knew what I want from life. It is to do the hair. That's to create beauty. Because what I believe, beauty will save the world. And what I mean by beauty, it's not only physical outside of beauty. It is also beauty inside. It's your actions, it's your thoughts, it's your energy, what you're putting out. It's actually how you behave when even no one is watching you. It's actually how honest you are with yourself. And only that inside beauty can reflect outside. Because every single person is beautiful and unique in his or her own way. That's my strong belief.
They just have to find that inner strength and be able to tap into it and bring it out.
You don't even need to find it. You already have it. Just remove all this false data out and just remove all that what society wants you to be or how, let's say, like opposite gender expect you to behave.
You sound like an artist.
I know.
And far away from the structure of what your parents are trying to get you to think.
Yeah, exactly. They try to fit me in a normal, whatever normal it is, but in a normal conservative world. And that's my strength because I didn't fall into this. I still have a strength to go my way.
So follow your dreams as long as your dreams are pro-social and they're not wrought with adversity, right? Yeah. So now you're in Canada and you've gone to school. What school? You went to school here?
Yes, I went to Marvel School. It's here in Toronto. Unfortunately, it's not existing anymore because they closed down. You know, a lot of good educational institutions I found just closing down. But I was lucky enough to finish that school, yes.
And then were you working at the time? Did you find work in between? What I'm getting at is how hard was your struggle while you're going through school?
Well, my struggle was not that hard because, like, I mean, I shouldn't say like it was not hard. Of course, my life is not, just filled with roses and this Tom Ford perfume. At least it's not used to be that way. Yes. Well, as I said, when I came to Canada, I had $700 in my pocket, 2 suits with my dresses, and I thought I'm already on the top of this world.
Did you have any contacts here when you came?
Yes. When I was coming, I had my relatives here who I never met in real life, but somehow, like, whatever. So that's actually, I was staying at their place when I just came, and because I came here for visit. So just to see, you know, if this country fits me, if like my dream, what I'm picturing, it's fitting, if vibe is fine. So if I want to stay here. And now we come into another story. I met another guy.
Here in Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a belief that when you meet people, you never meet any by accident. None of us ever meet any.
Not.
But you meet people. There's a game that used to be a board game here. You played with dice, and it was called Snakes and Ladders.
Okay.
You know what game I'm talking about? So when you rolled the dice, if you hit like a 6, you climb up the ladder 6 spaces, but you could hit a snake and slide down. And I always use that analogy that people are either ladders in your lives or snakes in your life. Not that snakes are necessarily bad, but they pull you down. And ladders help you up. Was this guy a snake or a ladder?
Oh my goodness, Richard, this is a tough question. Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of both probably, because I don't believe that person is bad. Even in a worst person in the world, there is something good. You just need to say it, right? Yes, and so I don't believe in bad people.
Okay, so anyways, that's another transformation. And when you have relationships, you go through these transformations. And most people, I wouldn't say most people, I say a lot of people in ending a relationship suffer a lot in doing so. And you're a psychologist, or at least studied psychology, so you know what I'm talking about. They don't have to put themselves in that mindset. And lots of women with addiction problems, and this is a justice forum that we have. So we have a lot of women that I
actually have an answer for that. Believe it or not, I know you're gonna say it sounds crazy, but all addictions, because hey, I had my struggling moments, and you know, after my divorce and stuff, it was hard for me, and I was left in a country, you know, like by myself, not knowing what to do. And of course, what is the easiest thing to do? Well, get me a drink, get me another drink, get me another drink, and boom. It's so easy to go down.
So even someone with your inner strength, that can happen.
Everybody can break at some point. But actually, that's what I'm talking. It's no shame. No shame if you was using something, or if you were drinking, or if you did something bad. It's nothing wrong with that. What is make sense, what is actually matter when you decided like, hey, this is not a life what I want to live, and you should stop at some point and actually find another reasons. And that's why coming back to the question what I want to answer, why people using, why people drinking. I was really doing a lot of inner thinking, let's put this way. And this is why it's going on, because people stuck in the past. Just think, when you stuck in the past and start thinking, oh, that's what he did it to me. Oh, that's what she said it. Oh, that's how she raised me. Oh, like I didn't have a rich parent. So when you stuck in the past, you thinking that this is bad, and automatically you cannot project anything good in the future. That's why you keep living in the past. You keep kind of cutting the same wound, you know, you make yourself suffering, you make those emotional bleeding constantly, but you cannot focus on the good because you cannot project your energy to the future, and actually life happening in the future, not in the past. And that's where addiction is coming from.
So I always say that if a minute that you spend in your past is a minute that you're not in the present thinking of your future. And it's so simple. A lot of people get stuck in their past. So you overcome a lot of adversity that would have happened in your past to become the entrepreneur that you are now. Let's talk about that. Where did that spirit of entrepreneurship come in? Because that's the thing that I think girls looking at this show would want to.
Yeah.
You're a successful entrepreneur. You're running a business.
Thank you.
And
yes.
we could, depends how you measure success, but I drive by your place. It's there. It's in the beaches. It's vibrant. It's happening. People are coming in and going out. So it's a
Yes.
business that's working.
Yes, I'm successful hairstylist, and I'm not have no shame or shyness to say it. I'm booked ahead, like for like 3-4 weeks ahead. So you cannot walk in and just get your hair done. You need to actually make
So our
appointment.
cameraman wouldn't have been able to get his hair done if he wanted to.
Yeah, so you need to make appointment. But how it actually it came by accident, because a lot of people thinking you need to do a planning. I don't believe in planning.
You talk about business plan.
Yes. Well, you need to have something in mind. Like for me, it was hair. I know for sure I'm going to do hair, but how am I going to do it? The technical stuff, I don't know, because I don't understand, like, let's say accounting. I don't understand books. I don't understand, like, I don't know, marketing, whatever. I don't understand those things, but I have a big desire to learn it. So that's what happened to me. After the school, I started renting a chair in Yorkville, you know, the most prestigious area in Toronto at this moment. And actually within a year, I built already my clientele. So I was fine. And that was a moment for me that I needed to open my own place, because that money, what I was paying for the chair rent, for that money, like, you know, to rent another chair to make, like, you know, more people.
That's
so
right.
for me, it was no point already. I was thinking about opening the salon. So, and that's what I did. From Yorkville, I went and opened my salon on the beaches.
Good works.
And good works and
So-
whatever.
So we'll get back to that. You were just talking about the place you opened up in the beaches.
Yeah.
And then you just mentioned to me, because we had an interruption, so you just mentioned to me that about doing good work. So there's a message that you have to say to people. Here you are struggling to open up a business, and you just mentioned it was a struggle, but
Yes.
you have to keep doing good
Just
works.
keep going, keep going. And if you think, okay, that's it, tomorrow I'm done. Okay, I don't have money, I don't have anything. Okay, I ran out. Because that's what happened to me. I was running my shop, and what I didn't realize, in this new area, nobody knows me. But old clientele not gonna come because it's kind of way too far for them.
It's not your
And yes, and I kind of ended up with a salon and no clientele. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't think about it. But instead of sitting and crying and playing this pity party for myself, I just started promoting and marketing. I started doing free donations haircut. That's what I'm doing till now, till today, even with my crazy busy schedule for cancer patients. So if you're donating me your hair, I'm gonna donate my time and my talent, and I'm gonna do your haircut for free.
Yeah. And you did that because your mother is a survivor,
Yes.
cancer survivor.
Yes, my mom had a problems with her health. My grandma actually died from cancer, and my grandfather died from cancer. So I have you know, it's kind of I have
You have
it in my
ulterior motive. That's
yes,
what it is.
I have my personal motives, so that's why I'm doing it. But it's not only that's why. It's not only that's why. Just because, you know, as a hairstylist, I'm working with women, and I have cut so many women's hair. When she's coming, she was a, let's say, client for me for years, and then she's coming and like, okay, now you need to shave my head because I'm going through chemo and it's my hair come off. And it is very emotional moments for both of us, because for women, her beauty, hair, I don't know, clothes, makeup, nails, whatever a woman has, it is her confidence, it is her way how she expresses herself, it is her way of creativity, it is her way of those feminine kind of power, put it like whatever. And of course it is a stress for everyone. So if I can cut somebody's hair and donate it, and to make at least to one person that week, if I can change a world, I cannot change the whole world, but maybe I can change the world only for one person, I'm already proud of it.
But the one person can change the world. You don't
Exactly,
know.
you never know. So I'm just how I'm looking at this. I'm just starting that kind of chain of good things. I did something good, then somebody did something good, then
That's right,
somebody, you know, and that's how all together we're changing this world.
So you're also a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And you go around talking to people, because you're talking now. And
Well,
and you're motivating people.
I
as we
don't
speak.
know.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
100% you are.
I never thought about it.
Yeah.
I am a speaker, but my topic of speech, usually it is fashion, dress for success.
Yep. Exactly.
But
Which is needed.
what is needed? We're living in the 21st century. Everything is visual. Snapchat, you know, Instagram, Facebook, stories. Like even now we're doing interview.
What about manners?
Oh, manners and etiquette is, of
Exactly,
course,
yeah.
it's very it's unfortunately it's forgotten art
Because
of,
what good is a
of
really healthy head of hair
communication.
if you have a nasty mouth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I get it. Yeah.
That is what coming back. Inside beauty reflect outside.
So how many years have you been running this shop now?
I'm on my 7th year.
Okay, the 6 years were pretty good. You're
Yeah.
upbeat, happy. You're doing what you love to do.
Yes.
I put my hands in clay and I love to do it. So coming here is not work. And actually, I don't get paid coming here. I come here to help kids. It's what I do also.
That's
So
amazing.
how did COVID affect you?
Well, I took it really hard because, so I was closed like for about 3.5 months. So of course, financially it was very hard because 3.5 months I don't have any income, but I have a huge expenses because insurance and electricity bills and rent and whatever, like it's still coming in. So, but this is a risk and responsibility you take in as a business owner, and so but it's not even so much from business perspective. It was hard for me, from my personal way, because first of all, I didn't know what's going to happen next. Of course, this fear of unknownness, that was hard, and that's what affected my mood. I got into the depression a bit, and I didn't know if I'm gonna lose my business at the end, if I'm gonna lose maybe my clients at the end, because maybe even they're gonna open me up tomorrow, but what if nobody gonna come in because everybody would be afraid, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So I didn't know, and then I like stop. You're gonna just drive yourself crazy. That's my inner talk. Sometimes I'm talking to myself.
No, but talking to yourself, it's a methodology of healing yourself also. Yeah.
So I said, like, hey, stop. You don't need to do that. Just do whatever, one thing at a time. Just keep going, like you usually do. Just keep going and start doing something good. What can I do? What can I do today in a lockdown? I'm bad with the technologies. Like, I mean, in a way, like I know how to post stories on Instagram and Facebook, and I know how to send email, but that's pretty much it. And I was like, what can I do? And then I decided, hey, I have so many amazing friends. Let me share my friends with the world. And that's how I started my series, Interview with a Celebrity, where each my guest, I call him or her celebrity because that guest was my celebrity on my show, and you were one of those celebrities. And that's why I reached you out and I said, Richard, let's do this interview because I also, your story is very unique, and I want you, to share it with other people because somebody needs to hear.
Who's the number one person in your mind that you want to nail for an interview?
I did everyone who I wanted.
There's no one left.
No. I did everyone who I wanted.
So the thing is, you're still doing it.
Well, right now I'm not doing this. Let's put this way: it's still on hold because I'm just busy now with the other things like my business.
Yeah, you're juggling a lot of stuff right now.
Yes. But those interview with the celebrities is actually got so much success that people start texting, "Where is next interview? I'm already hooked. Where is the next interview?" So that's what I start doing, and it was amazing.
Because there's an opportunity, because you love the hair business, there's an opportunity to reaching out for more people.
Yes.
Do you ever think of franchising down the road? You ever
I
think
don't
of
know.
Mac franchising, Mac?
You know what? For that, probably I need some manager in my back because I'm not a person who thinks all things. I need just my hair. I need my bottles. I need my brushes.
Your creative spirit.
Yes, I need to do that and to think all those kind of practical things. I don't know.
It's not unusual for an artist to think that way. And a lot of artists do think that way because it affects your creativity when you start to think of business.
Well, that's right. I also believe you cannot be creative or very spiritual when you're poor. I know it is very ugly thing to say, but that's true, because when you're struggling and when you're actually hungry, you cannot focus on the good things doing for other, because you need to go and hunt and just get that piece of bread or meat for yourself. It's survival, it's normal. That's why, to make your life comfortable and to be in a good kind of spiritual way, you also need to have some financial support. So I couldn't say I'm rich. I would say I'm comfortable.
So in the absence of that financial support, what would hold a young woman up or a young man up? Would it be, like you said, you had a lot of friends? Would it be that
No,
takes that place?
actually, we here always alone. And you cannot rely on anybody, not on anybody. You always alone. We come here alone and we die here alone. That's normal. It is a fact for me, at least. I'm talking, and this is something what you need to accept. And that's why I have a lot of amazing people in my life, and I'm happy to share that moment or that part of my life, even within it's gonna be only 10 minutes, it's gonna be 2 hours, it's gonna be 2 years or whatever. Call it friendship, call it relationship, whatever. I don't care, but I'm happy to spend that time with that person, client or whatever. But at the same time, I always knew one thing. I need to take control of my, even I remember at my bottom rock, when I didn't have any money and I have no food to eat. That's actually how I started starvation. For healthy reason. The longest what I was starving, it was 14 days. But I'm doing now.
Were you going to school at that time?
No. But this is how actually, yeah. So no, I was not going to school. I was thinking that actually this is how I don't have money, okay, and I don't gonna have to eat. And instead of sitting and crying, oh, I'm hungry, I'm crying, I was like, hey, I still have a hot water. Let's do healthy cleansing. Call this and I put this as a positive thing. And I started blogging about it. Guys, I'm doing this fasting. Today is my number day fasting. And I was just going online and talking about it. And day 2 and day 3, and people got interested. And now I have a group of girls who, because now I'm experienced faster. Is it such a word? Yeah, so now I have a group of women who actually, we're doing this together. And now, now it is a little side business. What I'm saying, even when you love something, and this is going to be a message for you from me, when you love something, like in my case, it is hair, but it doesn't mean you need to limit it only to that one thing. You just start doing things what interesting to you or what you love without even thinking money. As soon as you're going to start thinking money, you lose.
Opening up other creative channels.
Yes, if you're going to start doing whatever you love, people going to come and actually, I know it sounds crazy, but they're going to bring you money. They're going to say, hey, take my money, just teach me what you know.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they'll see your enthusiasm and love for what you do. It's the same when I'm doing stuff with clay. And people that have nothing to do with clay look at it and say, that's pretty cool. And they see my energy in it, and they want to duplicate that energy. So I see that my son comes here now and does stuff. So he does it on his own now, and that's pretty cool because it's like he's starting to learn that there's creative avenue out here, and it helps transform you, and it's a healing avenue, right?
Yeah, and actually that's another thing. When you're doing something, you're productive, you're creating something, even you don't even need to see end result or even have in mind the end result. You just need keep going. This is the key word what I'm saying already a couple times during this interview. Keep going. You did a mistake. It's okay. Stand up, keep going. You got drunk last night. It's okay. Stand up and just keep going.
So in this community here, it's a multiracial community. And I grew up in this community. Our family was the biggest family in this community. And we're all multiracial. And there's this thing about the hair business, about having nice blonde hair versus the hair that a lot of girls here can't get that nice blonde hair because it's kinky black hair. And they have a lack of self-esteem because of that. And what you're saying is never give up. Is there a message you want to give to those girls also?
Well, it's never give up, and having blonde hair, it's not coming together because you can be completely bald and have such attitude that, it's coming within. Doesn't matter what blonde hair. You can put a wig, you can, dye it, whatever. Blonde, it is something what I'm enjoying to do it. I'm not promoting the blonde. It is the best hair color. It is the best for me because I love it. My inspiration is Marilyn Monroe. I just absolutely adore her. And this is like, again, I'm just doing what I love. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that black hair is not beautiful. Oh my God. adore, and of course I don't have it, it's that natural afro. When women have those locks or those like natural hair, big
See, because
hair,
that affected me.
it's so beautiful, and everyone wanna relax, everyone wanna make it straight, and I'm always saying, don't fight with your hair.
So all my
Work
life,
with your hair.
all my life, my mother said, you have good hair or bad hair, depending on how kinky or straight it was.
Yeah.
So I was driving with her recently, and my granddaughter has straighter hair than I guess most of us. And she goes, she has good hair. And I said, why do you say that? She goes, because it's just easier to work with. It's better hair. But it's not.
It's not.
Hair is hair. Just
It's
like you said,
better for her from her point of view.
That's right.
But from other person point of view, it's beautiful.
Exactly.
That's why we all are beautiful and unique in our own way.
So I used to have a big fro when I was younger, and I put in my book, don't mess with my fro, you gotta go. Because I identified my afro with my blackness at the time. In this community, there was lots of us that looked alike, literally hundreds of us that looked alike in this community, and we did that. Now my hair doesn't have that strength of an afro, so I can't even say that anymore. Don't mess with my fro, it's gone. So everything is temporary is the other thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The same like fashion, the same like trend, the same like beauty, the same like youth.
Yeah.
What is always with you is yourself.
Yeah. And whatever your constitution is, whatever
Yes.
that fabric is that holds you. Is there any message that you want to say to girls in general? Because girls is what
Girls
I like.
and guys, doesn't matter, because I don't differentiate people by gender. I don't differentiate people by race, age, whatever. We're all individual spirits. We're spirits at the beginning. So who cares in which body or you are in this time? Next time it could be opposite.
And I know this for a fact. 'Cause I did a lot of solitary confinement time in the prisons that I've been in. And when the lights go out and you're stuck in that room, you're all stuck in that room the same way. And all that color and all that disparity and finances, you could be rich, you could be a millionaire. But in that dark room, for that moment that there's
It
no
doesn't
lights,
matter.
you're all equal.
Yes.
100% equal.
And the same like here, this is like, I think it is sometimes people who actually very unhappy inside. That's why they try to make themselves better, but saying like, hey, I have expensive car, or like, hey, I'm like, I don't know, slim, or body shaming, or all this hate thing against whatever. It's all common because person is unhappy, and she or he projecting that unhappiness outside. And my job actually as a hairdresser is to recognize it if my client is in a chair and actually talk like, hey, relax, we're gonna make you beautiful.
And that's the essence of the hair business. That everybody looked at hairdressers as psychologists, just like bartenders.
Because we are psychologists. I am unique because I'm actually trained psychologist, but I'm not using my psychology because I'm not doing a session. I'm focusing on the hair, so I'm not doing a therapy. But I'm saying, but still, come to my salon. It's cheaper than to do therapy because you're gonna have therapy and great hair.
That's right. So Anastasia, we've talked a lot about hair. It's your passion. I could see that. I could feel it off you.
Thank you.
When did that passion first ignite in you?
Well, as I said, I'm coming from very creative family. My grandfather, he used to sing, my grandma was a dressmaker, funny musician. So everybody has a talent but me. Even though I finished art school and I tried to play violin, I had no talent. And I was like, oh my God, where is my talent? Where is my talent? But I remember since my early childhood, what was calming me down and what was relaxing me, and I could spend hours. It was, I know, cutting my doll's hair, my sister hair, poor sister. That's why she loves long hair now. Even at that time, we have a poodle, poor dog. It just, with those scissors.
So you're really, when you were younger, you were dangerous with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, I was not, because actually I was so occupied on creating beauty, in my opinion, that I was the easiest child in the world. Yeah, so that's probably the earliest.
Yeah. Great. So Anastasia, talk about this this hairdressing shop that you have, your place. It's on Queen Street. It's in the Beaches. What's the address? What's the name of it?
Well, my salon called ANASTASIA Metro Hair Designs, and it is located on 1908 Queen Street, East Ontario. Sorry, Ontario, Toronto.
Toronto, Ontario.
What is in
Yeah.
Ontario?
Well, Anastasia, KRAVTSOVA, thanks for coming on our show.
Thank you.
And I hope the kids listen to this because that's what it's all about. And I hope a lot of adults are listening to it and thinking, she's full of so much energy. I'm just going to go sit in her chair. I don't even want my hair done. And you'll have more bookings for that. So thanks for being on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, great. Thanks for watching this show of Flip Your Switch. I'm fired up. Anastasia has me fired up. Her energy was something else. Her messages was right on point. I'm sure lots of people are going to learn. Never give up. Follow your dreams and follow them to the end. And you too will be successful just like she is. So you can't measure her success in monetary value. Although she's making money, she's running a successful business. You will measure her success in the amount of people that are happy to be in her company, as we all were today. Thank you, Anastasia, for coming, and thank you for watching this show.